If he were to get into a call with us, you'd think you're talking to Johnson. It's like if Johnson had a twin brother who was a little shorter. It's literally Tyler Johnson on a ringer.
He kind of looks like Johnson, the Slurpee straw.
Dude, I know. He's a little stick insect.
That long-ass neck.
Yeah, Mr. Mid-Map Johnson.
But what do you think about the move, though? Because we haven't really talked about, like...
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Well, what we think about the move.
Okay, you want my honest opinion?
I do. I want your unfiltered.
Okay.
I want you to give it to me fucking straight right now.
I don't know much about him. I know statistically he's been unreal in challengers.
So yeah, I pulled up the stats of OpTic Texas too, which I can go through if you want to look at my shit after. But
if you're gonna dip into challengers, I don't see why you wouldn't go with him. His stats speak for themselves. I haven't seen him play personally where I'm like, this kid's the right fit. But like statistically speaking, looks like he can be pretty nasty.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. It either goes really well or really bad, probably.
Damon, so he dropped a 1.16 at Boston in challengers, and he was positive in every game mode.
1.3. Dropped to 1.3 in Boston in challengers.
Oh, it was a 1.6 in search. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't name 8 challengers, but I mean, I believe, like I said, I think he'll either do really well and they'll do really well, or they won't.
Here's my thing. So let me give you the whole spiel.
Let me hear it.
I have always been like against roster changes in the sense where like I'd rather see a team go through bullshit. I don't know what actually happened to where like we need to see a change, so I don't actually know. But why are you watching this clip again?
Oh, I just had it playing. Why are you just watching my stream? How about you focus on what you're saying, you moron?
I have you up with a webcam above you, so like everybody can get the full experience.
Oh my god, that's how I'm going out. So I love it.
I don't know what actually went down, but I think they were a couple close maps away from possibly being in a final. Because
dude, I think that if they went to that final, I think that they have a very good chance of winning. It's 3 searches. Their control. See, the only problem is their control. Their hard point was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't bad, but it was good enough to like win maps or steal a map off phase. But their search and destroy was so good that like they could have had a chance in that final.
Here's why I'm
a good chance at that.
I would have gave him a chance. I don't think they would have won.
Dude, it's 3 searches.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Their search like started to look fucking weird on some of the maps.
Yeah, towards the end of the tournament, the search didn't look as smooth as the beginning. I will agree with that. Like at the beginning of the tournament, they looked a lot better in search. And as the tournament went on, it kind of looked like once they played Thieves, it looked like Thieves did the research the second time. Like it looked like teams started watching VOD on them and like, or once they played MN, sorry. Once they played MN, like MN was hard countering them on Embassy, like really hard. But go ahead, Zen.
Here's my thing with roster changes now when it comes to like top teams, and I consider OpTic a top team, right? Like with Ender, like placing top 4. The league is not like it used to be. Like back on the OpTic dynasty and the Complexity dynasty, you had like super teams that could win consistently. If you could win consistently, FaZe would have won everything last year because that roster on paper should have been winning everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Been winning
like
forever.
The league is too competitive now to build a roster that I think can consistently win. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we're ever going to see a team win 5 championships in a year ever again because there's too much competition. You have teams like New York who 3 years ago that roster on paper would not be considered necessarily like one of the upper echelon teams, and they win Major 1. You have teams like FaZe who even with their current roster, like let me say it how it is, FaZe's current roster 5 years ago, like if you were to compare it,
I mean we're just diving right into shit, aren't we? Oh, that's nice.
Wouldn't have close series. Like, I just don't think we're in the era is different where every team is competitive and you're not going to build a consistent winning roster. So you have to look at like every positive and be like, we could have won this. We can win. It's one thing if you think you legitimately can't win.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And there's a pretty big skill gap nowadays.
I'm just against the frequent roster changes because now with this new format, everybody is so quick to roster changes because they kind of press the panic button. Whereas if you look at a team like last year, Thieves were terrible. They had like an 0-5 stage. They placed last. They stuck through it. They went back to back towards the end. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I would have preferred to see the roster try and stick it out a little longer, but I obviously don't know what actually went down. When it comes to Ghosty, I think it's going to be one of those things where he needs to start off good, and the team needs to start off good because he's joining a team that has the most pressure out of every team. And if he starts off bad, I think it's going to be like a negative spiral where his mind just going to be in the bin. So I think it's not like he's joining the Florida Mutineers. No disrespect. He's joining the most popular Call of Duty team of all time.
I mean,
so if they start strong and he starts strong, I think they'll carry that momentum. If they start bad and he's not playing necessarily to his standards, I worry about the longevity just because you're going to have so much added pressure from the outside.
I said he's basically replacing me in a sense. I mean, because I was our flex for that short period of time. And then Ender and Brandon comes back in. Now Brandon's getting moved to a main again. Unless Ghosty's playing main, but I don't think he's a main AR. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where is he?
I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I'm drinking cold brew. I can't fucking stop. I'll try. I never want to say, Scott has to stop talking.